Welcome to our new series. Here we will learn about Prolog and programming with logic. That is Prolog's full form, we can say. Okay, programming. Here we use the logical parts to do programming. So here we are going to learn first few things. So this type of declarations, like what I have done now, that likes, and inside bracket I have two things, that is dark and biryani, and after that this full stop. So here to end a sentence in Prolog we use full stop, and these type of statements are called facts. Okay, here dark and biryani and gold, these all things are constant values. How do you know? Because for constant values we use small letters. Okay, if the word is started with a small letter, then it is a constant value, but if it starts with a capital letter, then it is a variable. So we are using a function, that is likes, or a valuable, thief. These are the function names, and inside brackets we are using, you can say, some arguments, and these arguments here are constants. So here we are not using any if else part or any logical declaration or something like that. So these type of statements are known as facts. Now we are going to learn what is rules. Okay, so I have already declared a set of statements here, or set of facts here, and we are trying to find or trying to write a logic or rule where it will show that if x is stealing y or not. Okay, so x steals y or not. So for x to steal y, there must be a few conditions given, that y should be valuable. Okay, so inside the valuable facts which I have already written, see, there are only one argument. So I have also written a valuable y here, and the y is capital, so y is a variable and it can have any value. Also x must like y. Okay, so likes, here are two variables. You can see here we are also writing two variables, but in the thieves part, that x also must be a thief. So there are three conditions, that is y must be valuable, x must like y, and x must be a thief. Then only x can steal y. Okay, and for the Prolog part, with the comma we are given between three conditions, this works as and. Okay, so if these three conditions are satisfied, only then we can say x can steal y. So now how this works? So first we need to run it and check that if it works or not. So this type of known things which we are using here is known as rules. Okay, so this steal x comma y is the function we are going to use in our output also, and after that we are writing a colon and a hyphen. So this colon and a hyphen symbol is written for if. So this means if these three conditions and the right hand side are true, only then we can say the left hand side is true. Okay, so now let's run it and check. Now let's run it and see. We are using the same function name as what we are declared in our program. So the function name was steal, and inside that we are using two parameters, dark and biryani. So we will check if dark can steal biryani or not. So you remember, biryani was not a valuable thing, and there was one condition, that the thing is dark is stealing must be valuable. So now let's check for dark and gold. So dark and biryani gives us false, but dark and gold gives us true, because this satisfies all three conditions. And now if we want to know that what is the thing that dark can steal, we will just use the name dark, and for the part where the thing we want to know, we will just give a variable. And also if we want to check that who can steal gold, we will just write who as a variable. Okay, so to write who as a variable, we must write the first word or first letter as a capital letter. So now see, the result shows that who equals to dark. So that means that dark is the one who is stealing it. So for all the arguments we are passing, if it starts with a capital letter, then our compiler will treat it like a variable. Now let's try to make another function. Okay, so let's check we will need to check who will be get jailed. Okay, so we are declaring another fact, that is caught. Okay, and dark is caught. Okay, so dark was a thief and dark was also caught, then only it can be jailed. So now to check who can be jailed, we will write another function jailed, and inside that we are passing parameters. And what are the conditions to be jailed? That x must steal something and x must get caught. Okay, so we are writing still x comma this underscore means whatever. Okay, so whatever x is stealing, it does not matter. If x steals some things, it will still be a stealing, and then if x got caught, then he will be jailed. Okay, so here we do not need two variables. They are inside the jailed function. We will remove the y, so only x variable is okay. Remember that this underscore means whatever. Okay, so it does not matter, whatever there is in the place of underscore, it will just run, and it will not care about that place. Now let's run the jailed function and see. So we have already run the caught function and see that dark is caught. Now if we try to run the jailed function, then you will also see that dark is jailed. Okay, because dark was caught and dark also stole. And now if we try to run that likes function, and dark and what is a variable here, so this will give us what are the things that dark likes. Now let's move towards the new program. Here we will try to find the maximum number among three numbers. So once you learn this, you can check it for any number of values, that is for 4 numbers, 5 numbers. Okay, so here we will taking three inputs, that is a, b, c, and r will be our output. So a, b, c are the number and r is the result, that is the max value we will get. So if a is greater than b and a is greater than c, then that means that a is the maximum number. So then we will say that the output of our program will be a, that is a is the maximum number. So I will just assign a to r. So how do we do that? We write r is a. Okay, now after that we are using a symbol. This symbol means cut symbol. Okay, so if we check and find that a is maximum value, then we will just cut it, and we will not further go to our next programs or next lines. But if a is not the maximum number, then what we will do, then we will check for b and c. So here look carefully, we have written underscore in spite of a in the max function, because if a is not the max value, then we don't care about a. Whatever the value of a is, it does not matter. We will just check it for b and c, and if b is greater than c, we will assign the value of b to r. Okay, so we will write r is b, and we will also add another cut function. So now if a and b are not the maximum values, then that means only one thing, that c is our maximum value. So we will assign c to our r, or the result part. So we will write r is c. So this underscore thing, what we already learned in our previous question, this is very important here. Okay, so we are not caring about the things we have already checked. This will try to reduce our execution time also. So we are just assigned r is 3. We can also write it like that. Okay, we can also write that the result is c in like a fact. We do not need a if condition for that. Okay, so for that c is c. Okay, so we are just writing c instead of the result part. So this will also work. So now let's compile it and run it and check. So now see, we will run it by the function name max, and inside it we will write 3 numbers, and after that we will write a variable which will give us the value of the maximum number. So we are writing capital R. So as it is capital, it is a variable. So see, it is giving us the value of the maximum number, that is 30. So I will just change the position of the maximum number again and again. So here is the second position, and for the first position also it is giving us correct result. So now let's move towards our next lecture. I will cover that in our next video. So please do subscribe to the channel and like it.